Yo, it's like a referee with a whistle. So even if you're looking at the playback, like and share this episode. You know, I know it's kind of late, depending on where you living in the country or in the world. If you're in another country, it could be nighttime or morning time, depending on where you living. If you're on the West Coast, it's in the evening time. If you're on the East Coast, it's nighttime. So it just depends on where you're looking at this at. But hey, you know, it's official, like a referee with a whistle. You know, what's going on in this crazy world? Alabama in the house. What's going down, man? We out in these streets, baby. You know what it is. We out in these streets, we making it happen. You know what I'm talking about? The game don't stop. The game is undefeated. That's my uncle like to say that shit. My uncle like to say the game is undefeated, and he's right. And my uncle is 80, 81, New York hustler. The game is undefeated. He's 81 years old. You know what I'm saying? Still making it happen. Still doing his thing. You know what I'm talking about? It don't stop, bro. It ain't like you go to college and you graduate and put your plaque up on the wall. You might put your plaque up on the wall, but you still got to keep going. You know what I'm talking about? If you're smart, you know what I'm saying? If you're dumb, you put your plaque up on the wall and put your feet up and be like, well, I don't got to do that no more. You big dummy. That's how you fall behind. That's how you get played. You know what I'm talking about? That's how you get played. That's how you fall behind. That's how you end up being one of those people that saying, oh, I didn't know. I can't believe they did me like that. You know, I didn't deserve this. It stabbed me in the back. You know, they got me paying child support. I gave her everything she needed and everything she wanted, and she took advantage of me. You become one of those guys, a know-it-all. And now you want people to feel sorry for you because you thought you knew everything. Big shot. You think you thought you knew everything, but you don't. No one knows everything. You think you know everything. You have a big ego. Say, I haven't had a chance to check out your latest video on women and disrespect in relationship yet. Well, go check it out, bro. Once you get a chance. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button. Smash that like button. You know? Smash the like button. But relationships is hard. It's somebody asked me today, well, was it yesterday, I think? Do I think relationship is hard? Um, yeah, of course it's hard. Everything that's worth having, it's going to be challenges. At some point, everything ain't gonna be peaches and cream, bro. I mean, get out of that fantasy world. You know what I'm saying? Um, uh, a lot of us are in that fantasy world like women. Hell, even some women know that shit ain't gonna be peaches and cream all the time. Even a lot of women have enough sense to know that it's gonna be some ups and downs, some bumps in the road. Shit ain't gonna be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Even women know that. The smart ones know. The hood rats and the degenerate types of women. Yeah, they got that old pie in the sky mentality where they want everything to be. They want the man to be perfect. They got a long list of bullshit. Come on, man. I mean, who do you really want to put up with a woman like that? She got a long ass list of 20 things on the list of things she like about a guy, and when it comes to her, she don't think she should have to sacrifice and do anything. Come on, man. Do you really want to be around somebody that's like that? That woman is crazy as cat shit. This broad weighed 250 pounds, and she's talking about how a guy look and how what the guy got and what the guy ain't got. I'm like, you ain't qualified to talk about no guy. You fat. Get out of here. You lost your damn mind. And a lot of guys kiss women's ass. Oh, fat broad talking about what she wanted a man. She ain't qualified to have no man. If she is qualified, she probably deserve a fat guy. Man, cut it out, man. It's a bunch of the game is raggedy out here, man. Look, when I was growing up, a fat girl was a creep. You wouldn't be caught with a fat broad when I was growing up. A fat broad was a late night creep. You wouldn't be caught with a big girl at school or out in the neighborhood, wherever you live at. You people would be embarrassed to see you. If they saw you with a fat broad when I was growing up, they would laugh at you. I said, man, I saw you with that fat bitch over there, boy. What you doing? You hit that? They would laugh at you, bro, when I was growing up. And now you got these big broads out here calling shots. Man, come on. Come on. What part of the game is this, man? I ain't hating on the big broads, but I'm just saying, you got to play your position. You got to pay like you weigh. You can't be out here trying to call shots and you weigh 250 and you 5'4". Come on, man. What part of the game is this? What part of the game? This game is raggedy out here now. You got guys that's lying to women, telling them how fine they are online. I'll be like, man, that broad, she's overweight. She's 50 pounds overweight, big old belly. Come on, cuz. Dudes will be lying to women all the time, man. Tell them how fine they are. I'm like, come on, man. You gotta stop this nonsense. The guys is lying and the women is acting like they something that they ain't. And they can't figure out why they can't get a man. You probably got something to do with your weight. Let's start there. And then we can work our way up. It probably got something to do with the 2 kids you got. It probably got something to do with you living in the projects. Or you living in that shack, in the shack you living in. You know, I mean, come on, man. It probably got something to do with your attitude towards guys. Come on, man. Relationship is difficult. Well, first off, whatever's worth having, whatever's worth anything in life, it's gonna be challenges, man. That's just reality. There's no perfect people. There's no perfect relationship. That's just what it is. I don't care how the woman looks. She ain't perfect. She got flaws just like you do. So let's just get out of that fantasy world. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how good the sex is. It's still gonna be challenges with that woman. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You can't run from it unless you, I don't know, you just fucking be gay or Sullivan or something. I don't know what to tell you. You know, that's just what it is. Some some women complain every once in a while. Not all the time, but maybe every once in a while she might find something to complain about. She might be on her period. I don't know, but it's gonna be. You can't get away from that unless, like I said, you want to be Sullivan or be gay. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Sometimes she might talk too much. Yeah, that's just come along with it, bro. You know. Sometimes she might be a little moody. Sometimes you might have to give her a little pep talk to, make her feel better. That's just comes along with it, bro. But it helps if you have a mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying? That might take 5-10 minutes, and she's back in a good mood again. That's just what it is. That's part of leadership. That's part of just being a man. You know what I'm saying? You might, if you have kids, you might have to talk to your kids every once in a while. Give them a little pep talk, and get them back on the right track. That's just part of being a man, man. It's no way to get around it unless you just don't want to deal with women at all. Maybe you don't want kids. That's up to you. I'm just saying there's certain things in life. There's just no way around it. You're gonna have to deal with it if you're gonna deal with people, just in general. But that's not the reason why relationships are difficult. No, that ain't the reason why. The reason why relationships are difficult today is because in this society, they've weaponized everything. In this society, they have weaponized everything. They've taken the good stuff and turned it into the bad stuff. I'm going to say that one more time. They've taken all the good stuff and turned it into the bad stuff. That's why relationships are so difficult to maintain today. All the good stuff is bad now. It's like they've done a number on, and people buy into it. They believe that certain things are bad now. It's like I can just, I'm not gonna get into details, but you can turn anything into a negative today based on how people think. You can turn sex into a weapon. You can turn herbs into a weapon. They've 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 taken everything that was good, everything that was fun, and shifted in the minds of people, and now it's a bad thing now. That's why a relationship. They've taken the media. The media used to be a good thing. Now that's bad now. Full of propaganda and lies. And people believe in the shit they see on TV or on the internet. The shit that's the truth, it's gonna get blocked. Or people are just not gonna see it. That's how it is today. The shit that you the shit that you really need to hear, the shit that you really need to know, it's hard to find today. And a lot of people aren't willing to talk about it. That's getting all the exposure. That's how it is today. Like, let's take the church. The church used to be a good place, right? Now they done weaponize that too. And weaponize that too now. you know, and then turn that to a negative thing now. People don't like the church now. Most guys don't anyway. Most guys, they don't even want to have nothing to do with the church no more because it's a bunch of bullshit. A lot of the pastors are on some bullshit. I'm not saying all pastors, but a large percentage of them, you know? So they've taken everything that used to be good, they've weaponized it now. Even a woman, they'll use a woman against you. They'll use the hood rats against you, or the degenerate girls against you. The hoes, the prostitutes, strippers, they'll use them against you. Now, especially if you're on some street shit, you know, it's like, it's not even worth being out in the streets no more. It's not even worth it no more. You ain't, that shit is over now. You know, it's just cameras everywhere. You can't do nothing without somebody seeing you today. Forget about it. You can be driving in your car and a camera might be on you. And you might not even know it. You might be driving in your city, your town. A camera might be on you. You won't even know it. You know, you can't get away with anything today. On some street shit, you know. And even if you're not doing anything wrong, if they want to get you, they'll get you. That's how it is today. So it's so much shit going on with a lot of people mentally, and there's so much confusion amongst people. They go to the job, it's confusion there. People get brainwashed. You know, they go to the job, kiss ass. Like I give you an example. The more your woman has to go to that job and get influenced by the boss or co-workers or whatever, if the job and the people at work are influencing her more than you, that ain't your woman no more. You might as well plan to, prepare to let her go eventually. If the job or the people at the job is influencing your women more than you, that relationship is over. It's on life support. Nah, that ain't your woman no more. You've lost her. You lost her, bro. It's over. That relationship is going down like the Titanic. That's real. She's taking trips with her girlfriends and all kind of shit without you. When it's time to go somewhere, you can't hang out with them. She's telling you to stay home with the kids all the time. That ain't your woman no more. So smash that like button. Smash that like button. That ain't your woman no more. She's out in the streets all the time. So now they're using the job is being used against you, and the people at the job everything is being used against you, whether you know it or not. You probably didn't realize it. Nothing is in your favor. What they call that, status quo? Status quo is basically go along with the narrative that's going on. The the main narrative that's going on in society at any given time. They don't want people that know how to think for themselves. They want people to have the sheep mentality in this society. That's why relationships are so hard to maintain. You know, to 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 maintain a long-term relationship in this society, y'all have to basically be secluded. Y'all have to like spend the majority of your time together instead of spending the majority of your time at the job. If you have to spend the majority of your time at the job, there's a good chance y'all not gonna make it in the long term. Just not gonna make it. There's too many influences pulling you and her. You know, y'all not gonna make it. You know, and see, women's mind are like a sponge. Their mind are like they're like a sponge. They get influenced very easily. That's just how they are. It's it's not a knock against them. That's just how women are. Their mind is like a sponge. But if she's spending most of the time at work, you spending most of the time at work, y'all ain't gonna make it. It's a I would say the odds are against it today of y'all being together 20, 30 years or when you die or some shit like that. The odds are against it. You would have to find a way to shift that time so y'all can spend majority of your time together. You know what I'm saying? Even let's go to entertainment. Even the music is being used against you. Music, the movies, sports, everything is being used against you. Some people will look at a movie, right? They'll think, oh man, it's just entertainment, man. I like the movie. Look, there's certain type of movies that they release and certain type of movies that they don't release. The movies that they don't release are the movies that you really should be looking at. Because those movies have more of a positive and powerful message, right? They don't let them movies leave. They on the shelf. Or they don't even get produced most of the time. Somebody will read the script and be like, nope, don't like it. The movies they release today is filthy movies today. Degenerate, toxic, every goddamn thing. Most of the movies you see in the theaters, it's horrible. And most of them is trash anyway. Most of the movies come out today are trash anyway. But if they release a new movie, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be on some bullshit. The whole message of the movie is gonna be on some bullshit. You know, damn near every movie that the black person get killed first. You know, it's that type of shit. You know, it's always some negative. They always have us. They show us in a negative way in majority of these damn movies. Unless the black person is the main character, or the producer, you know. But for the most part, especially if it's some street type of shit, street type movie, It's always some bullshit, you know. Showing black people going to jail in the movie and all. It's the same old stereotypical bullshit. You know, they showing they got slave movies and shit. Man, come on, man. Movies like The Help and The Butler and fuck out of here. I don't watch that shit. You know, I don't watch them type of movies. But they'll release those movies. Even if it don't make no money, they'll release it. So it ain't really about the money. It's about the message. It's about affecting the minds of the people. So they've taken the movies and turned it into and weaponized the shit. They want things to go a certain type of way in Hollywood. You know, look at the shows that come on TV today. When I was growing up, it was Bill Cosby was bigger than life. When I was growing up, Bill Cosby and Fresh Prince of Bel Air with Will Smith, Jazzy Jeff, and I forgot the other cast member's name. But them two shows, Fresh Prince of Bel Air and Bill Cosby, that shit was huge when I was growing up. And Fat Albert, them shows were huge. Bill Cosby was the shit in the 80s and 90s. Bill Cosby was the shit. Got Jello pudding commercials and all, doing all kinds of shit. Doing stand-up everywhere. And Bill Cosby was the shit, man. Until he started trying to buy NBC and all them damn networks. It was downhill from there. Shit. That's when TV changed. TV changed once Bill Cosby got taken down, basically. You know, once Bill Cosby started to buy shit, that's when TV changed. You know, it changed. It was Bill Cosby and Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was doing movies though. But boy, look, it was Will Smith. Well, Will Smith was big in music back then. Not so big in the show when it comes to shows and movies. Well, he was big, but he wasn't like like Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby and Eddie Murphy, shit, man, it was the shit, man. You couldn't touch them. They were the shit. In the 80s and 90s, shit. Man, every time you turn the TV on, it was either Eddie Murphy or Bill Cosby. That's how that shit was. And it was only what? How many channels? 6, 7 channels in the 80s? This is before cable TV, by the way. It's 6, 7 channels. 6, 7 channels where I'm from. This is before this regular TV now. This ain't no cable. What type of movie storyline do you think needs to be shown? I would say anything that shows us in a positive light. I would say, you know, it could be. I don't care what it is. I don't care what the plot or the summary is. I don't even necessarily care what the topic is. Well, no, that's not. No gay shit. But anything else is cool, in my opinion. You know. just positive shit. Shit that'll motivate people to want to be better, be a better person, be a better father, better son, you know? Stuff like that. To be a better woman, better sister, better mother, shit that'll motivate and inspire people. Stuff like that. Stuff they show on TV now make people want to break up once they're done watching the damn movie. You know what I'm saying? Like this is gonna have people thinking, well, shit, I want to break up with this fool. And, it's. So now, they turn even I remember when I bought a drone, right? You know the drone that they flying drones. I bought a drone. I think the first drone I bought was 2000. I think it was 2020. I bought a small drone, right? Military drone. And then I bought a big one like 2022. Now, I remember the first drone I got, it was cool, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. By 2022, you know what these fools started doing with the drones? These fools on the internet, they put a gun on the front of the goddamn drone. They weaponize the drone now. So now you have certain states, I think they kind of regulate the drones. Because I think they might have went on the internet and saw people they got guns on. People started manually it didn't come from the manufacturer like that. People manually put a gun on the front of their drone. See, this is what I'm talking about. When I say people weaponize, you can weaponize anything. This is what I'm talking about. This is a good example of what I'm talking about. You taking a good thing and turning it into some bullshit. You can't. Some people, man, you just can't have shit. And they do this with everything. They weaponize everything. They weaponize a woman. They'll get a woman to lie on you. And say, oh, he sexual, he grabbed my ass. That's a sexual assault. I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't do no shit like that. You know you didn't do it, and she know you didn't do it. They paid her to say that shit so she can get the bag, or so you can go to jail, either or. Shit like that. Y'all might have spent the whole weekend together. You might have known her for a long time. She might have worked for you. Now she's lying on you. Shit like that. You be like, what the hell? Man, I like that girl. I like that woman. Why is she talking like that? You lost for words. You don't know what the fuck going on. You're like, what the hell going on? You be like, yeah, I got the pussy, but I ain't raped no bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's like, shit like that. So today, you just got to be careful. It's like, and nobody is above being in the jam either. Nobody is above it. It just depends on what type of jam you get in. It ain't necessarily got to be a woman involved. It could be anything. Could be at your job, could be business wise, could be anything. But there's always going to be people around that's going to weaponize the situation, find a way to take advantage of people. And in almost every area of activity, almost every area, bro, you have people that's like this. People are, savages, men and women. You got guys that are married. They'll tell their wife to go hang out with you and date this guy because maybe he's from another country or they think you got some money, right? So the husband will say, hey, go date him. You like him? Well, hey, go date him. Maybe he'll give us some money one day. So she's dating his wife under the assumption that one day his wife is going to ask you for a couple dollars so you can help them pay the bills. You got guys that'll do shit like that. Guys will do shit like that. It happens. That shit happens all the time, especially if you're overseas. Yeah, it happens all the time. This is why you've been talking to the girl for a couple months or whatever, and you find out she's married, what shit? Her husband gave her permission to fuck with you in the first place. You just didn't know it. Shit, you kind of blew the spot up. She been hanging with you all this time, like, damn. This broad stay overnight, she stay overnight in every goddamn thing. But you ain't never been to her house though. That's the thing. You probably never asked to go to her house. The guy, now even if you did go to her house, the guy that was at her house, you might have said, hey, that's my brother. Something, or that's my uncle. They might have two kids. These are my two kids. These are my babies and whatever. And she said, yeah, that's my brother or my uncle. She'll make up some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But that's really her husband. You know what I'm saying? God damn. So one day she just said, hey, she hit you with a sob story. Hey, I got a situation here. I gotta pay my light bill. My money's short. Can you help? And you'd be like, well, damn, I've been knowing this broad for 6 months. I'll help y'all. Shit, what the hell? You give her I don't know, you might give her $50. You know what I'm saying? You might feel sorry for the bitch. Because she been spending a lot of time at your house. She might have cooked you food a couple times. Whatever. She showed you a good time. Yeah, I give you $50. Fuck it. Here you go. God damn. Whatever. She said, I'll pay you back. She'll say she have no intention of paying you back. But you just gave it to her anyway. You're like, okay, all right, whatever. She doesn't. Or maybe she might have helped you make some money, in some type of way. So to return the favor, you like, okay, this broad helped me. She helped me make a couple dollars. Okay, I'll give her $50 or $100, whatever the amount is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying anything wrong with that, but there's a side of this that you don't know about. You don't know this broad is married. She's acting like the guy at the house is her brother, but it's really her husband. You know what I'm saying? So her husband is the pimp, and she's the hoe. You know what I'm saying? God damn. So once you find out what's really going on, you're shocked. Like, God damn, that bitch. You're like, that bitch kind of played me. Then you can be like, hey, let me talk to you for a second. So that's really your husband all the time for a year? She said, yeah, that's my husband. I know that's your kids or whatever. Yeah, so did you really like me, or was this all a game? You know, you hit her with that question. She don't want to answer that shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to answer that. You don't want to answer that shit. Because she really, you know, because you might not be the only guy she got that like that. You might be, it might be two other guys that's like that. But she might spend more time with you than the other two guys. The other two guys, when they call, they got to pay for the pussy. You know, they got to pay for the pussy when they call. You ain't never had to pay. You know, the only time you gave her any money was the time when the light bill money was short or some bill was short. You know what I'm saying? So she might like you just a little bit, but she went about it the wrong way, so you had to let the bitch go. You know what I'm saying? But that's how the shit go out here. That's how the shit go, man. But you gotta watch the company you keep out here today. Probably more than ever before, you know. But this is one thing I would say, and I'm gonna end this live. If you have the right team, right people around you, when you have problems or any type of challenge, it's not so difficult if you have the right team, right structure around you, right support system around you. When things happen, it won't be so difficult. You'll be able to get back up easier. Now, if the opposite is true, you have the wrong people around you, a weak support system, and if something happens, boy, you're going to be in trouble 9 times out of 10. Because you already had a weak foundation already. So when you have a weak foundation, you really can't afford a lot. You can't afford a lot of mistakes. You can't afford a lot of setbacks if you have a weak foundation or a weak support system. But if you have a strong support system, you can take them blows. You can afford to make a mistake because you know you have people that got your back, that pick you up when you down, and you do the same for them if need be, you know. And things seem to work out better once you have a good support system. Now, is it hard to find the right people? Sometimes it is. Does it take time? Yeah, it does take time. But I would say this. This is my experience now. I don't meet the right person for me all the time. I don't, so in other words, it's, I don't, it's very seldom that I meet a man or woman that I hit it off with. That, that don't happen often. Man, that usually happens every 5 years or some shit like that. Where I meet somebody, I'll be like, God damn, she's like super cool. That don't happen very often, man. So whenever I do meet this person, I'll try to keep them close. Because it doesn't happen very often. Doesn't happen every day. Doesn't happen every week. Doesn't happen every month. You know? And even when you meet that person that you think is somebody you would like to keep around and get to know better, it takes time to get to know that person. And even that person ain't perfect. They have flaws just like you do. But the difference is between that person and the other people, this person, y'all have chemistry. Maybe you like her values. Maybe she like your values. Maybe y'all have a lot of things in common. Family, you know, core values. You know, y'all just like being around each other. Ain't got nothing to do with no money. Ain't got nothing to do with where you're from and what kind of car you got outside or what kind of house you got, how much money you got in the bank. Ain't got nothing to do with none of that shit. Y'all just like being around each other. That's it. Y'all don't gotta even go to a 5-star restaurant or the nightclub or y'all don't gotta do none of that shit. Y'all just like being around each other. Y'all just like being in each other's presence. Y'all don't gotta do shit. That's when you know that's the right person. The other shit, going out of town and taking trips and going to the restaurant and going to the bar and going to the club, those activities, that's just a bonus. That's just a bonus. Y'all don't necessarily have to do that shit. That's when you know you have the right person. And it don't have to be just one person. It could be, you could have 2 or 3 people that's like that. And you don't necessarily got to get married to the person. You can if you want to. It's up to you. You know? But at least you know why this person is around you. Why this person seems to like you. Why this person is crazy about you. Why this person is damn near willing to do anything for you. And you might not even understand why sometimes. But I always ask, why not you? Why not you? You be like, damn, why this girl doing all this shit? I didn't even ask. Why not you? Why not you? You put in the time. You got to know her 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, however long it's been. She'll do almost anything. She's crazy about you. She like your parents. She like your sister. She like your brother. She even like your dirty ass friends you got. You know, she's just a good person. You know, and you be like, damn. I don't. Even you might say, damn, I don't meet people like this all the time. You don't. But when you do, that's how you know it ain't really about no superficial bullshit. That's how you know you were the right person. You know, doesn't happen all the time, but when it happens, it's a beautiful thing. So hey, share this. Hopefully, this will help somebody out. I know there's a lot of confusion out here. Um, Hopefully, enough people hear this message. Even if it's one person that hear this, it'll help them. You know, I know they're gonna try to block the video. That's just what it is. You know, I know how it is out here online today on YouTube. But like and share, and don't forget to check out my all my books. Go to sharpgamebook.com. That's sharpgamebook.com. Any comments, leave it below. Any question, leave it below. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.